Okay, so like, I'm gonna make this silly little video real quick, and like, low-key, channel I is okay, but like, you don't really have to call me that. That's not really what people be calling me. People be calling me Lolani lately. Like, you can call me Lolo. Anyway, it don't really matter. This channel was mostly made to post music, but also like, I did make it with the intention of posting still a lot of gaming clips, just like maybe playing some silly stuff with my friends, and also just for me to talk shit into the void, because like, that's what this really is. I get bored sometimes, and I want to talk shit to no one because I'm a little crazy like that, and if I don't like scream into the void every once in a while, this misery is going to consume me. So today we're going to be talking about things that annoy me online, starting with being perceived, because like, I have so many issues with being perceived in general, but like online in particular, my main issue comes with like people seeing me as trans femme or feminine in general, because it always attracts the wrong kind of people. And I'm talking about like the creeps who just be coming into your DM to be like, they will send you things that you did not ask to see and things that you did not want to see. And they expect you to do the same, and they expect you to like think they're cool and friendly for that. And it's like, no, you're weird, you scare me, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to talk to anyone whose whole reason for talking to me is that like they have weird feelings about my body, and that's the only reason they decided to contact me. Like, no, that's weird, that's uncomfortable. You need help. Especially the people, because like I'll get these messages on Reddit, for example, just because like I joined a couple of the little chats because I want to see what those like, and you know, some of them cool, some of them are like nice little people. We talk about music, we share stuff, we talk about our days, we share food ideas, and like on occasion I'll be like, yo, check it out, like, new fit, how it do, what do you think? I'll get some feedback, and then I immediately get like 4 or 5 message requests from these creeps, and I will ignore all of them, and then later I go over to Instagram. I have this little group chat, the Illegal Macaroni Cartel. Only cool people. And I'll be talking to my like few little friends in there, and I get a message request on Instagram now, and I'm like, oh, that's unexpected. Maybe one of those cute guys that I actually do want to talk to decided to message me. No, it's one of the people from Reddit. What? I ignored you on Reddit for being a creep that scares me, and you thought the correct response was to track my Instagram down and DM me there. It just it infuriates me, because it's like, you were already being creepy, why are you making it worse? And like, every once in a while I'll try to give one of them a chance if they don't like start the conversation by sending me just like pictures that I did not want to see. And like, they'll turn around and they'll be like, are you a boy or a girl? I'm like, why does that matter? Why do you need to know? How is that relevant in any way? And they never have an answer, by the way. Please, just don't be one of those people. Don't be like that. Don't be the reason why I regret having my DMs open. Anyway, next thing, low-key algorithms, because like, the better the less you think about them. And I'm not gonna go into like the conspiratorial rant where I'm like, oh my god, they're tracking that data, they're controlling everything, because like low-key they are, no, not even low-key, high-key they are, but like, we'll already know that, and we all still let them do it. Bigger problem is like the same issue I see with content creators, and that's just oversaturation makes growth feel literally impossible. It always feels like I'm just screaming into the void endlessly, and it is so hard to find anything new organically with like algorithms. If I want to find like a new small indie artist, I have to open Bandcamp and go through that for like a while. And it's really annoying, because like sometimes I'll find shit there, it just sucks, and I don't care, and I don't want to listen to it. It's like, why can't I just find new people? Like, new cool people easily. Like, what wasn't that the whole point of like fucking algorithms? Like, oh yo, like you can find new stuff that's perfectly tailored to you, but like they're just recommending the same shit that I don't actually like over and over again. So yeah, I don't know, algorithms are just hit or miss to me. Other thing, services and products. Like, why is everything a service or like has a subscription now? it upsets me because like I see things like Notion where it's like the whole point is that like it's a note-taking and organization platform. Why can I not just buy that and then have access to like a locally stored tool? Why does it have to be this like constantly online cloud thing? And but yet, why do I have to pay for that monthly? Same for something like Spotify. Like most people who I talk to who like pay for Spotify and other things, they do not care about finding new artists. They want to die having only listened to the same 8 people. And they will. They will not listen to new shit. So I'm like, why are you paying for Spotify Premium? Like, did us just buy the albums of the artists you listen to and then you have them. You can listen to them anywhere you want, whenever you want. What benefit are you getting from the subscription? And that's the thing, most of these subscriptions, in my opinion, is like, those subscriptions are never worth the value offered. They're not. That's why most people get on a subscription from a trial or whenever there's a discount available, because they look at them and they think, this isn't worth the money. It just isn't. And in the long run, it's like, it unironically would be cheaper to just pay £40 to get 6 or 7 albums. I know that's like a bad example. Albums might not be that expensive because like I don't be buying albums. I'm not following my own advice. I'll have an MP3 player. I want to get one so I can follow my advice. But yeah, that wasn't an option for me for a while. But yeah, no, like people know it's not worth it. Stop with the subscriptions. Next thing, being wrong on the internet. You are not allowed to be wrong on the internet. And I learned that the hard way because I'm a hyper defensive, sensitive little bitch, which is mostly because of my BPD. But like, what's everyone else's excuse? Because people unironically try to outwoke you and villainize you before just explaining a misunderstanding. And it's like, you're just expected to know everything and never make mistakes. Otherwise, you're like part of the problem and you're the worst people ever. And it's like, I hate it when people will, like, I could say something which sounds reasonable and fair, and people will dedicate like 20-30 minutes of their life to tell me, you're wrong, oh, you're this, you're that, you're blah blah blah, make all these assumptions. It's like, okay, but in the time that you have allocated to trying to start a fight and pretending that you're this better, moral, superior person, I still don't actually know what I've done wrong because you've decided to tell me that what I'm saying is wrong without ever actually telling me why. And then when you ask these people, they're just like, well, it's not my job to educate you. And it's like, then shut up. Are you just here to fight? Like, what's the objective here? What are either of us going to gain from this? That shit pisses me off. You can't be wrong. Like, people do not want to educate people. They just want to fight. They unironically just want to fight you. And that kind of leads into me just not liking social media in general anymore. And it's like, you don't talk to people on social media. The people you do talk to, 9 times out of 10, are only interested in shallow surface level conversations, because like, if you tell them that like, you're not okay or you had some crazy shit going on, then you're making it awkward and now they don't know what to say. It's like, okay, how about you just learn to have some empathy and not be completely socially awkward. Other thing, it's like, I feel like it's easier to get engagement from shit posting than it is just trying to get to know people, because I don't know if it's just me and bad luck, but like 9% of the time when I try to talk to someone and I'm trying to learn about their hobbies and like what they like to do, just like the things they believe in, like you know how they be spending their time. Like, I've tried small talk. People just like, oh, I don't know, I don't do much, I'm boring, oh, I don't really have any hobbies. And it's like, am I just talking to really boring people, or do you just hate talking about yourself? Because it feels like no one is capable of having a compelling conversation. And it's really annoying because like, I used to think I was introverted. No, I just didn't know how to talk. Like I'd say I'm an ambivert. Like, people do actually drain me, but I also really deeply value my connections with people. They don't show any interest in other people, and it's like they're not capable of talking about themselves. And it makes it so hard to keep trying to talk to people, because you just get so used to like trying to talk to someone and allocating time to showing an interest in them, and that chat will just slowly die because like they don't want to talk about anything at all, and you start to feel like you're repeating yourself, so you just give up. and then like you don't message them anymore, and they never message you back because like why would they? They have this weird idea that they'll be bothering if you message you, and it's like if you were such an inconvenience to me that I wouldn't want you to message me, why wouldn't I just block you? Like, I don't know, people are not built to be social, and social media is not helping that. That's my issue. Next thing, content creators, like, just as a standalone thing. Like I said, oversaturation makes growth feel impossible on every platform, and like the big issue now is that like literally everyone is a content creator now. I bet your mother is a content creator. I bet she'd be sat there on Facebook or IG Live. She'd be doing one of them, I promise. She might not tell you, but she is. Other thing, indie creators, they are low-key, like, unironically faking it till they make it, and it is insufferable. And I mean, these corny ass people with like 1,000 subscribers, 800 subscribers, maybe 500, and it's like they be talking to you like they've already made it, and you're just some like little nobody to them who like should be privileged and like feel honored that like they're even bothering to talk to you. And it's like, bro, you're a nobody too. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are not that guy. Please tone it down. You look goofy. Other thing, like, with them, like, people still pretend that, like, it's a viable dream that anyone can have to, like, be a content creator. It annoys me because people just have this mentality, oh, you just have to keep trying. You'll make it if you're actually trying. And it's like, it pisses me off when people have that mentality because I know people that have been trying. They have tried and tried and tried, and they are still trying. And they haven't even made it to 1,000 yet. Known this dude over more than 5 years, and they have been making content for all of them. Making music, making videos. They're actually a pretty decent editor now. Most of my friends pay them to edit literally anything they can just because they know he's good and they want him to feel like he can do it. And like, it pisses me off because I've seen them like that they have so much content. They've gone through making so much content. They're editing all of this content. They're putting it out there, and it's like, it just doesn't seem like it's paying off in a way that I feel like they deserve, and it makes me upset for them because I hear people say stuff like that. I see them trying, and I see them not getting rewarded, and it makes me think just like, how can you just sit there and say, oh well, you're just not trying hard enough? Because like, it's not just them. Like, I know friends who've like been studying to get qualifications, and they're working like a part-time job on top of editing, and they're making content all at the same time. And it's like, you just get these privileged ass people who had every advantage going for them, who then just say, oh, you just need to try harder. Shut the fuck up. Next thing, I think it made PvP games suck just a little bit more because, like, back in the day, people would get on Call of Duty to just mess around and have fun. No, nowadays, motherfuckers are getting on there to make clip montages where they sweat constantly because they want to stream and look and, like, be the next big fucking, like, ninja. Like, bro, stop. It's not that deep. You don't need to try so hard every game. Just let me be new at literally any shooter and have a chance. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, other thing though. This isn't really like an established actual thing. The normie elite is a thing that I despise. There are these people that build their entire personality, and I really hope it's just an online persona, around hating anything out of the mainstream. And I mean, like, anything that isn't within their narrow normie interests is automatically mid or trash. And it's like, that is unironically the personality all of this normie elite share, and 99% of the time they're an out-of-touch middle-class white person. And like, I hate them because like one of them like they hated thrifting and called it disgusting, and then they started like talking about all of the brand, all of these like big branded clothing things that they like love to wear, as if like that unironically made them a better person than the rest of us. Well, why are you like this? Why is your sense of value attached to the brands you can afford to buy? Like, that's goofy. That's weird. Also, it's like, well, why do you feel that just because something isn't popular, it's automatically bad? Have you not just considered that people have different tastes? and that's okay. Just because you don't like something, or just because you are knowledgeable in something, doesn't mean that you need to voice the fact that you think it's mid or trash. Cause like we were having nice, pleasant conversations. We were sharing a bunch of like different music. Like I wouldn't say like I'm a big music nerd, but I'm enough of a music nerd that I can say the genres that I like, and other people will just look at me weird. And yeah, anyway, we were talking about like we were sharing some hyperpop. We shared some breakcore. Breakcore is low-key so underrated. We were also sharing a little Italian classical because we're real music nerds. And this is like, oh, y'all just listen to NPC music. You don't have to like the same music, but don't come telling me that we listen to NPC music when you have Lil Uzi Vert in your name and want us to listen to Central C. Bro, shut up. You're so basic. And just to like, just to make it more ironic and unfortunate, they called us an NPC and then dropped a pic of them just being a chubby white guy with a perm smoking a vape. Like, I'm sorry, but I can walk down the street and meet 10 of you. Next thing, fandoms. I have a love-hate relationship with fandoms. I don't really hate them, but like I just have my gripes with them. Like the anime fandom, for example, has too many red flags. So like, why was it as an acceptable, funny internet joke in the anime community to recommend Boku no Pico to people? I'm sorry, but like, where is the punchline of that joke? You told your friend to go and watch kitty stuff. Yes, kitty stuff. You told your friend to go and watch that. For one, that's illegal. Two, that could get people a case in some countries. And three, that's just not funny. That's weird. That's actually uncomfortable. Like, why is that an acceptable joke in that community? Other thing, the shipping and like the fandom people in the anime community, like My Hero Academia, for example, y'all sending a Japanese man death threats because he didn't do the ship that you wanted. Really? Why was it that deep? That 15-year-olds, for fuck's sake. Like, well, why are you actually upset that your favorite 15-year-old wasn't put together to kiss another 15-year-old? Why do you care what 15-year-old is kissing other 15-year-olds? Please, have some self-awareness. Know how weird you people sound. Moving on from that, it's just like, it's so weird because like some of them will be like really conservative and right-wing with some of their beliefs and takes. I'm just like, y'all know there's like a whole world of queer Japanese content. This idea that Japan just takes everything queer and like you're justified in being like that because Japan hates it too. Like, one, that's such a weird take. I don't know why people actually think like that. Shit like, I think our son is gay, love me for who I am, the bride was a boy, our dreams at dusk, and I want to be a girl. Like, those are all queer manga. I'm just saying, the like, the anti-woke East, it's looking pretty woke. So I don't know, if you're that part of the anime fandom, like, I just want you to know that I personally hate you because you're weird. Not as weird as the, like, apparently really degenerate ones, but yeah, you know, like, you're up there. The furry fandom. I don't hate the furry fandom because I have some crazy misconceptions about it. People like that are equally dumb, but I hate it because in the brief period of time, because like, you know, I have a furry like character technically. In the brief time I hung around that fandom and I was in it like grow up, because you know I was mostly in the furry fandom when I was younger. Everyone was so socially awkward, and as a like shy, awkward person, it made it really hard to actually feel a part of that community, or like I was able to like build some kind of standing in that community. A lot of the time in the furry fandom, it just kind of seems like everyone glazes the content creators or people with fursuits, and then the rest are just kind of side characters. Personally, I think the furry fandom can help a couple people. It's cool for what it is, but like it's not for me. My only real gripe with the furry fandom is just that everyone just seemed a little too awkward. That aside, the only other like kind of fandoms I hate are probably gaming fandoms, namely things like the finals. And the finals is the best example because everyone like apparently hates lights. But I can look at clips. Light is fair sometimes, and people are just brain dead. They'd rather blame light than take accountability for just not using their brain. You put a vault of money into a machine and then it will cash out, but people can go up to the machine and steal it. That's their objective. There's a light sat up on this top floor of a building, staring down with throwing knives at this objective that they're defending. Someone walks over to it, doesn't pay any attention to the giant hole in the roof, look up to check if it's safe. They immediately start trying to steal, so the light starts throwing shit down at them to kill them, and they die. Their teammate sees this happen and then walks over to start stealing, makes the exact same mistake and dies. They chose not to look up. Like, one, there was a heavy, they could have thrown down the dome shield to protect them, just make it a little bit more safe. The other person, like, use a goo wall, do literally anything, but like, don't just stand in the very vulnerable spot. Fail to steal, see your friend fail to steal, I should say, and then go and try to do the exact same thing and then act surprised when, like, it doesn't work out. That's goofy. Next thing that, like, kind of just be annoying me on the internet would be sad posting beggars. Like, there's an artist I really like, and like, they're one of those people that makes posts where they cry about not getting enough engagement, and it's like, I'm here, I'm engaging, and I'm supporting you. When will that ever be enough? Because, like, low-key, I will go into your DMs to try and, like, cheer you up and hype you up. Like, I dislike you more and more every time I see a post like that, because, like, you're just alienating me and other people that actually care about your work and do things to try and get it seen, because you're constantly acting as though nobody is there. I'm happy to support you, and I'm not doing it because I want accolades. But when you constantly act like I don't exist, it makes me not want to care about your work anymore. Next thing, anti-groups. Anti-furs, for example, just anti-insert anything groups. Most of the time they claim to be protecting children, and most of the time it's children who they end up, like, harassing. A good example of that is, like, anti-furry groups. They'll be like, oh yeah, well, furries are PDFs and they groom people, and like, they want to do things to dogs, and then, like, they'll go to this Discord server where there are children, and they will send corn people who have been disassembled and unalived, and they will tell the children to do these horrible things, and they'll give them all this abuse and harassment. And it's like, did you not think that's a bit weird? Like, why are you as an adult, like, sending this stuff to children? Like, what's your goal here? What are you accomplishing? How are you justifying this? It's like, for me, it's just raiders and trolls. It's not that they get to me, but it's like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Do you actually not have something better to do? Because, like, I don't get the entertainment from it. Unironically, I'd rather you go goon than go do whatever kind of weird shit the anti-groups be doing. But also on top of that, it's like, when I'm bored, like, when I got nothing to do, like, I write stories, I write songs, I produce tracks, I draw. I will literally just open up my phone, go to the phone app, and call my friend, and we will talk shit for like 2 or 3 hours. There's so much better shit to do. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. The other thing is that, just like, anti-groups in general tend to form around misconceptions about their targets, and then they perpetuate more misconceptions about said target, and it just creates an endless cycle of hate, and I just don't get who that's helping. Next thing, language on the internet. We have to unironically say grape, corn, unalive, and hydrated, and come up with all these other creative ways to say potentially triggering things. And it's so awkward because, like, if you're someone like me, for example, who was, like, been through some shit, like, there are times where you just don't want to have to see or engage with certain things, but you can't actually avoid it because the internet are constantly finding new ways to, like, reference or say those things without, like, triggering filters or whatever. And it's like, it's cool that y'all don't want to be demonetized or whatever. Now I've just been exposed to this thing that I was not in the right mental space to be dealing with, and now my day's ruined. That's not very fun. But also, it's like, I got to say, like, goofy shit, like, meow, It's like, it's funny, it's silly, it's memey, but, like, when I gotta be saying all of that, and then I gotta be like, grape, corn, unalive, I got hydrated, like, it sounds goofy. I feel goofy saying it. Like, you sound goofy saying it. People are willing to do that, learn all of that, adapt to all of that, use that language, but like they still won't use tone indicators for neurodivergent people. Bro, please just make my life a little bit easier. I'm begging you. And that leads into moral posturing. Motherfuckers love to moral posture on the internet, especially around mental health. Because it's always the least empathetic people who want to come with some stuff about like, well, I don't know, you're not my friend, why should I care? And it's like, they have this mentality, but then you'll see them posting on Mental Health Awareness Day, and it's like, you have the least awareness, what are you talking about? And it's like, I hate seeing those mental health awareness posts from like people who are not accommodating or understanding of mental health or learning difficulties. And it's like, you can try to go to people and be like, look, I have these problems, just like, be nice. And they'll be like, prove it. And I'm like, the fuck you mean prove it? Like, whether I have a formal diagnosis or not, does it hurt to be nice? Like, is it really that hard to just be a little bit considerate? And like, let's really talk about that, because like, I have pursued formal, like, I had attempts since I was 14. And my therapist wouldn't give me a diagnosis because they, apparently, you know, you can have a therapist, and like in this place in particular, that kind of therapist or whatever, apparently couldn't do that. I don't know why. She said she couldn't do it. She couldn't get me a diagnosis because apparently her role doesn't permit her to or something. Much later, I see someone who can get diagnosis. This was like a couple months ago, maybe a year ago. I finally got like a psychiatrist that acknowledged and was like, yeah, you have gender dysphoria. You show very clear signs of borderline personality disorder and anxiety. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know borderline personality disorder was like a thing, and I never would have just assumed that I had it. But then I went to look into it. I was like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. People cannot get a formal diagnosis easily, and sometimes even when they should have one, because this guy was like, oh well, I put it in my report, but I'm not going to actually give you like a formal diagnosis just because of your age. Apparently, because of my age, it's going to be harder for me to get a formal diagnosis for borderline personality disorder. And it's like, so you can tell me that I have the issue, but you won't give me a formal diagnosis. So like, yeah, no, I have the issue. The professional has told me I have the issue, but they also said, oh, well, maybe I'll give you a diagnosis if you like call me back in like 5 years. That's my excuse. Please stop asking people for like diagnoses anyway. Like, you don't really get to see that. That's the medical history. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you can just be nice. You don't need to see. Next thing, like, just motherfuckers will act like it's edgy or attention seeking anytime you actually do open up about how you're feeling or how you're doing or like what's going on with you. I have certain issues, and if I talk about them, it's because I want you to be aware that if I'm acting some kind of way, it's because of me and not you. I don't want your pity. I don't want your sympathy. 90% of the time, I feel like people will not understand me even if I desperately try to make them understand me, so I just gave up on really worrying about that. If I tell you something, it's just for like your own good and so you can be mindful of that. I don't need you to like chastise me about like, and I'd feel better if you weren't constantly worrying about me. But like, just the fact that if I ever talk about anything, people automatically assume that that's what I want, that pisses me off. Last real thing on the internet that kind of annoys me and just kind of makes the internet suck is with social media, it's like the idea of friendship has been run through to a point where it's just like not really, I don't know, it's weird. Like, people have a weird sense of friendship. Like, I can talk to someone just a tiny little bit, maybe like we could get like 30 or 40 messages in, we like stop, we talk again, another day we like have like more, like maybe 8-9 more messages. A week later something will come and like, oh, why don't you want to tell me that? Like, are we not friends? And it's like, friends? I don't know you. The fuck you mean friends? Like, what is a friend to people on the internet? Because like, to me, I have a definition, like my own definition for friendship that I use, and that's a non-committive social relationship characterized by cordial interaction, support, trust, dynamic boundaries, mutual values, and empathy. And now when I say mutual values, I don't mean someone needs to believe exactly what I believe, but like they need to at least share values, because I've tried to have friendships where we don't share values, and it ended with someone asking if I'm trans because I was abused as a child, and honestly, we're not doing that ever again. Like, just on friendship is just like, My like to me, someone that does not support you even when it might not be beneficial for them to do so. A friend is someone that is there even when it is disadvantageous for them to be so. Because that's the difference between a friend and a family member to me. A family member has that, like, to some degree they feel like they have an obligation to you, whereas friends, like, they could just ghost you and leave, and honestly, who are you to stop them? It's the fact that they don't that, like, means so much to me. In all of your relationships, you should have dynamic boundaries. And most of the time online, people will be quick to, like, label themselves as friends and whatever before they know literally anything about you. I don't really know you yet. I don't trust you entirely. I mean, personally, I'm kind of distrustful in general, but it took me at least 4 or 5 years to really start trusting someone I've known for 7 years. You need to be able to voice boundaries, and you need to be able to stand up for yourself when you feel like those boundaries aren't being respected. But also, you should be receptive of other people's boundaries, and you should be openly communicative about that. People don't really have that in online friendships. Like, people in online friendships skip all of the steps that you're supposed to have in building a friendship. And that needs to be addressed. Like, seriously. Y'all need to have empathy so that you can get through your disagreements. You need to be curious about other people, but you also need to be comfortable talking about yourself and, like, conducting yourself in a way that is healthy. I don't see that when I talk to people online, and it worries me. So yeah, I don't know. That's all of the stuff that kind of annoy me on the internet. Maybe I'm out of touch and just need to log off and give up the internet because, like, apparently it's just not for me. Maybe you agree with some of those things. I hope you do. Like, you can comment and tell me if I seem crazy or not. Like, tell me what annoys you. These videos, me too. Okay, goodbye. P.S. Please like and subscribe. They took my family.